Yo, 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 good people. It's your homie HerbMan. Busting you back upside the head with another hot banger. Boogie, please go tell somebody to go tell somebody your homie HerbMan is on. Yes, sir. And if you're new to the program, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe on all the platforms at Love HerbMan. All right, we're coming live from South Africa, live on YouTube, live on TikTok. Please go get somewhere, get situated, because this is going to be another groundbreaking day. Every day we come on here, they're going to try to suppress the information. They're going to try to restrict the lives. They're going to try to do this and do that. But at the end of the electricity might go out over here. Hey, look, we don't matter. We still gonna get this word out. Okay, so welcome to the HerbMan Show. We teach people here how to heal themselves, and you cannot heal yourself unless you know thyself. So we teach you here about the human frame and the human design, so that you guys can be well on your way to happiness, wholeness, and wellness. All right. So this is the free information station. You guys don't have to pay for anything that you hear here today. All you simply got to do is pay attention. And how we do that on the HerbMan Show is by double tapping that screen and getting us up to 100K during the live broadcast. I promise you it'll be worth your while. All right. Now, once we get to 1,000 likes, we'll get into the subject matter at hand, you guys. So please go ahead and do what you got to do to get us there. But we've been teaching you guys that there is no panacea product, but there is a panacea program. Okay. And this programming is going to have to come in you being able to get back intertwined with nature. And when you're getting back intertwined with nature, we're just not just talking about the land and the water and this, that, and the third, but we're also talking about getting back in touch with your true nature, your true tendencies, who you really are versus the life that you're living. A lot of us are waking up every morning going to a job that we really hate. And we're doing this 30 and 40 and 50 and 60 years of our life. Okay. And so therefore, there's going to be sickness that come from that. You know, when your job make you sick, you really get sick, right? You know that when your spouse make you sick, you really get sick, right? You know that when your friends make you sick, you'll really get sick, and the family make you sick, it can really get you sick. And if all these things that you're doing every day, you're waking up, you're dealing with things that are making you sick, that are making you nauseous, that are making you pause, that are making you be imbalanced in some kind of way. And so what we're trying to offer you with the owner's manual is this opportunity to get your life back into balance. Even though it may seem like it's all wayward, it seems like your sickness is out of control, seem like your finances is out of control, it seems like your social life is out of control, we can help you get that back into balance, all for a funky measly $50. That's what we bring to the table. Okay, not a panacea program, but a panacea product. And we do this all based on your birthday, so that people come in, they be like, what is he talking about? What is he about? What is he doing? From your birthday, that is the longest history on your life. Your blood test is only 24 hours. Your hair test is only 90 days. You got other things that may be 3 to 7 days, depending on the particular sample. But there's nothing that can give you a historical aspect of a person longer than that person's entrance date into the matrix. Okay, because we're using cosmology mixed with biology, and we're just learning tendencies. Okay, be careful. We don't do diagnosis, but we do assessments. And this is the number one assessment if you're trying to get into traditional medicine. Skip the herbalist, get to the holistic practitioner, somebody who can really, really understand you and nature and bring the two together. That's what we're offering you. Okay, so now that we got 1,000 likes, let's get into the subject matter. Every single day that you're on this planet, did you not know that you're going through life lessons? Okay. Now, the abundance of information that we have today is the fact that we can understand exactly where a person is at. And so that's why I teach you guys about watch the tarot card reader, watch the astrologer with the computer, watch the numerologist with the calculator and all this life path number stuff, you got to be careful because you got to put it all in perspective. Every life path 6 ain't the same. Every life path 11 ain't the same. Every life path 1 ain't the same. So there's other ingredients that make you different from the next person that must be understood. And so you can use astrology, you can use life path number, but you must use some other dynamics in order to get a very good in-depth assessment, a lot like modern technology. Now remember, you guys, I told you that ancient technology is the human being. Modern technology is the machines that ancient technology built. Okay, so there's nothing greater than the human machine. So we heal you based on the blending of spirit and science. So yes, I'll use a little science. I ain't mad at a little machinery, but at the end of the day, that the thing that the machinery brings in is great calculation, but also limitation to a certain point, because man has his own limitations, and you're the ultimate judgment of this machine. So therefore, it got to go through you. There's some limitations there, but the limitlessness in you is through your biological, your psychological, and your spiritual means. So therefore, you have a combination, and somebody got to be able to address the two. And a lot of times when your physical is down, your spirit can be the one thing that holds it up. But a lot of times what's happening with herbalists and doctors and pastors is when the physical body is down, you go and try to resuscitate it. You can't resuscitate it if it's down. You got to go to the spirit to do it. Thank you. If y'all came for the message, there it is. Y'all can go about your business. Keep tapping, I'll keep talking, okay? That's what we're teaching you. So therefore, you don't know what life lesson you're in. You don't know where you're at in life. And what's happening is you're desiring something outside of the life lesson. You're wanting something outside of the actual thing you're supposed to be focused on. You don't know the focus. So you just think every day is about money. Every day is about sex. Every day is about doing what you want to do. No, motherfucker. These are life lessons that your ass got to go from infantry all the way to elder statesman and learn by the time you get to elder statesman. Elder statesman ain't just the word that I'm putting out there. Elder statesman is a position. It's just like you call an elder in your church. Really, the reality of it is that no one is above the elder in your church, but they ain't gonna tell y'all that because y'all making 18 and 21-year-old elders. Do you not understand what an elder is? The elder is, there is no, you can be a reverend, a pastor, deacon, motherboard, doing that, but you can't be higher than the elders. So now why would you make a little 30-year-old motherfucker an elder? Because you don't know what y'all doing. But anyway, on to this stuff. So therefore, the elder statesman is the skill, is the skill level of this particular graduation, of this maturity. It is when you're at your best. It is when you're very skillful at your powers. You know how to work you know how to work the paradigm, you know what you're doing. So therefore, what I'm telling you is that it is very difficult to get you to elder statesman in skill set of the life experience, because you don't know how to deal with the other part of you. Okay, because you don't understand where you are. And the biggest thing that you get from the owner's manual is that top portion of your owner's manual that is telling you specifically where you are and the life lesson that you're in. Okay, so you got Aries is going to teach you something. Okay, Aries is going to teach you something. You got Taurus is going to teach you something. Gemini is going to teach you something. You got Cancer is going to teach you something. Okay, who else you got over here? You got we got Leo is going to teach us something. Virgo is going to teach us something. Libra got something for us. Scorpio got something for us. Okay, who we got over here? We got Sag is going to teach us something. Capricorn is going to teach us something. We got Aquarius is going to teach us something. And then we got Pisces, right? These are life lessons that these things are going to teach. And the thing is that you don't know which one of these you're in, so it makes it very difficult for you to ever figure out how to get through the situation. And if all your focus is the lower self initiatives, which is sex, relationship, kids, money, then you'll never really get the reciprocity out of life that you need to have. Right? you'll never get the reciprocity out of life that you need to have. Okay, so when you're looking at Aries, right? Aries is about the courage. Okay, when you're looking at Taurus, okay, it's about your uh, um, possessions. Okay, Gemini, yes, we know it's about communication, but more about intellect. Okay, Cancer, we already know this is more about the home and family issues, right? Home and family. Okay, Leo, I always told you guys that Leo is about your most skillful level, but we'll call it your creative side, right? So if you're in the arts, that'll be Virgo is always about discipline. Okay, Libra is always about peace or balance. Okay, Scorpio is always going to be about mutual possessions. Mutual possessions, doing something with something. Okay, Sagittarius is always about expansion of the mind, learning more, experiencing more. Capricorn is always about responsibility. Okay, Aquarius is always about innovation. Right? People ask me what's the difference between creative and innovation. Remember that Leo, the opposite of Leo, is an Aquarius. There is really no big difference. It's just in the way that they express it. Creative can be more arts and craft. Creative can be more of a smart dynamic, more of a creative intellectually, where innovation can come more intuitively, and also innovation can be more of on modern technology. Aquariuses can have a very good knack of understanding systems, okay? And these systems, they can innovate, right? They can innovate, right? And they can navigate too. Not only can they innovate, they can navigate these particular modern systems. So that's what the innovation is, understanding the systems and being able to create new systems from the systems that are already created. That's an Aquarius. Pisces is going to come in, and this is going to be your most spiritual time, okay? This is your most spiritual time. And so I like to call it the intuitive time. Okay. So now here's the thing. These are life lessons. These ain't got nothing to do with, and these are life lessons that you can be in every day, every minute, every moment, every hour, every second, and every year of your life. And if you don't get them, then you ain't got them. And then what happens is this is what sticks us. And so this is what makes us cope. This is what makes us make bad mistakes. This is what makes us make bad decisions. This is why you think you're in hell. This is why you think that this is a bad experience. This is why you don't believe in God. This is why you do the violence and do the crimes and do the things that you do, is because you don't know the test. And when you don't know the test, 9 times out of 10, your ass is going to fail. And so therefore we have failed at certain tests because we're wanting things before we need them. We're needing things before we want them, and vice versa. And we're not understanding where life is taking us and what life is actually saying to us. Now, your Holy Spirit that you're learning is supposed to be able to discern these life lessons, but you ain't holier in your spirit enough yet, or either the teaching about it ain't good enough yet for you to get the real purpose of a Holy Spirit is to be able to decipher to you the life lesson so that you can get the life lesson in a more cohesiveness, in a more peaceful state, in a more blissful state, instead of a more urgent, stressful state. It ain't for you to learn this under stress like this, y'all. It ain't for you to learn this under stress like this. And what's happening is, out of your ignorance, you're creating industry. And so therefore, this is the most important part of the owner's manual, in my opinion, outside of the remedies of the foods and herbs that I need. I want to know the life lesson. What in the hell do I need to be doing with my life today? And therefore, there's going to be 12 different principles, okay? These are not disciples, they're disciplines, okay? So let me get you to understand that these are not disciples. They're not 12 disciples, there are 12 disciplines. They're not 12 people, there are 12 principles. And again, you guys keep tapping out, keep talking. We're live from South Africa, live on TikTok, live on YouTube. Please go get somewhere, get situated, and welcome your home band into your life. All right. So now that you're understanding that these are disciplines, then therefore there are always going to be a lesson in your life. And here's the thing. These are blessings. They're not hellacious. These are blessings. They're not curses. These are blessings. They're not pressure. These are blessings. But the thing about it is you're not being taught the school of humanity. You're being taught the school of modern understanding of your understanding. And therefore, you don't have any spiritual consciousness of how to blend the two together. It's okay to be modern, but it's also very good to be ancient technology and push all of the buttons in your spacesuit before you leave here if you gotta go. Because I guarantee you there's a button in your spacesuit that got everlasting on it. And we're trying to get you to find it. And what's happening is until you find that button that got everlasting on it, you'll always push the button of death in your spacesuit. Now, how in the hell is this spacesuit supposed to die? I'm coming equipped with lungs for this oxygen. I come equipped with skin for this sun. I come equipped with kidneys for this water. I come equipped with a digestive system for this food. I come equipped to be in this particular paradigm forever. As long as it lasts, I can last. But you got to learn thyself, know thyself, to know these things about you. If I teach you temporary, you'll only be temporary. If I teach you that death is a part of life, then you'll see the irony of that statement. How in the hell could an end be a part of a begin? How in the hell could an end be a part of a begin? It's because that's the way you've been programmed. But again, you got to understand that even the leaves may leave, but the tree still remains. So yeah, there are going to be things that leave in your life. They come and go. If you don't be attached to those things, then that's how you're able to stay in the cohesiveness, right? But when you come attached to the things that are temporary off the rip, yes, your house gonna come, it'll go. Yes, the cars will come, they'll go. Yes, people will come and people will go. And if you don't get attached, then you ride the wave the right way and you stay in bliss. So nobody hurts you. Nobody hurts you to lose a life. They never hurt you to do this. It doesn't hurt you to lose this or lose that. It doesn't hurt you for this to go because you understand the cyclical nature of nature. You understand the pattern of nature, and it's all about change. And change is the one that's ruling, and the ruling of the universe is Uranus, and Uranus is the god of change, and Uranus is the Godhead, it's the Godfather. And so at the end of the day, knowing that Uranus is in each of these life lessons 7 years, so now we just over here in communication. We're gonna be here, God gonna be here for 7 years in communication. It's all about where you at. Okay, we know where the sun at, but do you know where you're at? And how can we track you? Simply by your birthday. We don't need a birth time, birth location. We don't need fancy computers. We don't need life path number calculators and all of this type of stuff. We go back to the ancient stuff where if you know it is in you. You don't have to do nothing else, because again, if how Trump doing over there and how the world going, what if computer shut down? Folks still need to be well, and they gonna still be able to know. When they came into the paradigm, okay? So these are your 12 disciplines, okay? So now that you understand that, as long as you keep going around this circle, you're going to have times when you're in here. Now, you also got a thing called the deacons, okay? Deacons are very particular because it's going to get me to understand. I don't know about nobody else, but it'll get me to understand exactly where you are in the life lesson. Are you just starting life lesson? Let me see if I can give me some more color up here. Okay. The deacons are going to let me know where you are. And so basically, these are going by degrees. Okay. So from 0 to 10 degrees, okay, is the first deacon. All right. And I like to say from 10.1 to 20 is the second deacon. Okay. And to 20.1 to 30 is the third deacon. Okay. And in other words, what I'm trying to get you to see is that this is going to tell me is, are you starting something? Are you in the middle of something? Or is something finishing up or changing on you? Right? I like to call it change. Okay. starting something, in the middle of something, or something changing, or something ending, okay, in your life, right? And so based on your birthday, we can let you know exactly where you are in the life lesson. Are you starting your courage journey? Or are you just now starting to do this self-development here? Are you in the middle of this self-development, or are you at the end of it? Are you in the beginning of your possessions part of your life? Are you in the middle of it, or are you at the end of it, and vice versa? And you keep on going through, and we can do all of this simply just with a birthday. Okay, how can we learn this? You have to be gifted to know it. I didn't learn it from a one source. Okay, so you have to learn everything and then be able to have the gift of simplifying, the gift of synergy, the gift of a synchronicity in order to get to decode it. Okay, so these are my decoding efforts. This is not somebody else's book. So the only way you're gonna know this my way is to watch me. Okay, I don't do it like nobody else. I don't do this like nobody on the planet. These are my numbers. This is the way what I came up with, and this is what I know how to do health astrology at. Okay, can you do it? Yeah, yourself. Only concentrate on healing yourself, Renee. This is not about you trying to be nothing else out here. So you see, that's the problem. Trying to be so big when you ain't yourself, right? So what I'm saying is, why would I listen to you, Renee, for healing if you got an issue that you ain't solve? If you got a relationship that you want to have that you ain't in, if you got a body that you don't want to have and that you in, if you got a disease that you don't want to have but you still got, you ain't ready to teach. So it's not about can you do it, is are you qualified to do it? And the qualifications come in being sick one day and then being healed. The qualifications come in being broke one day and then being able to get into your wealth of comfortable status. The qualifications being isolated and then being able to have the family that you want. So for me, I was sick. I had an autoimmune disease that was called incurable. I healed myself of an autoimmune disease that you called incurable. So that qualified me. So check. Okay. Secondly, I've been broke all my goddamn life, but now I'm able to live comfortable enough to be in South Africa for 6 months to a year and still have my own house at the crib, my own car at the crib. I had to sell nothing to be here. Okay, so check that off too. My comfortability is checked off. 3, so now I can tell you about something because I've worked the motherfucker. I'm not only the client, I'm the president. So until you heal yourself, you can't be no teacher because you're a great student. I'm a master student, not a master teacher. So I'm teaching you from the angle of the student. And what I've learned is this shit, if you can work something, it works. You can share it. So at the end of the day, the last qualification was isolation. I've been in prison and locked up 15 times. I've been 3 days bread and water. I've been down the road. I've done 4 or 5 years in the state penitentiary. I've had all my times of isolation. I just got out of a marriage where I was 2.5 years by myself again. And here today, I stand today newly married. I have a growing family. I got everything that I ever desired. Why? Because you stay down with understanding that the suffering creates the opportunity. I stayed fixated on the prize. So how can somebody go sick to where you at today? How can somebody go from broke to comfortable? How can somebody go from isolated that many times to being able to still produce family and have family, even in the elder states, even in the adulthood years of my life? Why? Because I stayed down with the plan. Now, here's the thing: you can teach shit when you go through that and get initiated. So you ain't even got to ask me. Yo, I'm not gonna ever be your cause or the open door or the gate for you to come into this. I'm telling you how you get into it. It's through how I got into it. And the same God. I can't call you into this. I can't pat you on your back. I can't certify you. Because God damn it, I didn't get certified from man, and you don't want to be certified from me. Get your certifications from where I got mine from. You see? Get yours from where I got mine from. And then that's when you're in the right lane. That's when you're going to tell people the right things. And that's when you're going to be in your lane to do the most effective work you can possibly do. But again, every day we're waking up not knowing ourselves. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. The light just came on for me. I was the dope man. I was the work man. I was the jump man. I was the this man and the that man. But it was only until I got the herb man that I found the purpose of the life. Because then you start to understand the life lessons. Yeah, you see? So therefore, don't look for a human being to call you to do a godly thing. Don't look for a human being to call you to do a godly thing. Don't ever ask me, ever in y'all life, will you ever ask me, do you need to do this? How can I teach you? Motherfucker, I ain't get taught by man. So you definitely, in order for you to get to my level, you can't be taught by, you got to do it. You got to know. Got to get it, girl. You got to get it, my man. It got to come from somewhere. You got to get it. Otherwise, you will only be a carbon copy of me. Okay? If you're trying to get to some place, allow nature to choose you. Don't you choose nothing. Don't you choose nothing. You allow nature to choose you. Okay? So now, understanding this, the bottom line is, do you guys know where your life lesson, what life lesson you in? Anybody know what life lesson they in? Now, some of y'all already done got the owner's manual. This information is in your owner's manual. If you guys are interested in your owner's manual, please DM us and we'll get you that information that you need. Okay? So that's the whole point. You don't know the life lesson. So you're wanting a man when you should be focusing on your health. You're wanting health when you should be focusing on a man. You're wanting this and that and third, and you're just not there. You're just not there. Okay. Manny 78 said communication with family needs owner's manual. You DM me for that information. Okay. You guys go ahead and keep tapping out, keep talking. Once we get to 100K, we'll start seeing where you guys are at in your life lesson. I don't mind doing that for you. Okay. I don't mind doing it for you. But we learn all of these things in your owner's manual. Okay. So your owner's manual is going to give you the life lessons. Okay. Right, so you'll know what your current life lesson is, right? The owner's manual is also going to give you your last, or not even say last. Let's not even say last. I'm just going to say life transition. Okay, so if you're in transitionary points in life, then the owner's manual will allow you to understand where those parts are. And normally they're going to be through season change, right? So when Gemini changes into Cancer, that's when spring changes into summer. So that's a season change. Season change in nature is a season change in your life, okay? So then the next life transition is going to be between Virgo to Libra. Virgo to Libra is when summer transitions into fall. So that's going to mean that's a transition in your life, okay? And then the next transition is going to be Sagittarius to Capricorn. Okay, so that's fall transitioning into winter. That means that that's a transitionary point in your life. And so you got to know where these things are. We're going to give you this in your owner's manual. So it's not like you're going to not going to get a pictograph. You're going to get a pictograph of where you currently are, vices also where you your destination and the life lessons that you need to understand. So you get the life lessons. If you are in these transitionary points, you're also going to get that. Okay, it's going to tell you where your last one's at, where your current one is at, where your next one is at, if that's applicable to you. All right. Some of the other stuff that you're going to get is the MBIs. Okay, the MBIs. All right, you get the MBIs. The MBIs are nature-based interventions. Okay, so we're going to show you guys about how much sunlight and water and how much air and outdoor participation that you want to do, the grounding, all that type of stuff. Based on your birthday, per se we're going to give you the remedies for you based on your birthday in NBI. So now you get to get the nature-based intervention. But now what we also did with the owner's manual is now we combine these with the elemental things, right? Now the elemental things that we're talking about is going to be the singing, dancing, laughing, and crying or touching, right? So now you get to be able to get the balance between these two, where it might just go ahead and give you a daily flow. So that's another section in, is the daily flow. The daily flow section is going to be a combination of the nature-based interventions. So you get this section by itself. You get this section by itself, and then the daily flow is basically the combination of the two. So you're getting a regimen of how to heal yourself, how to take care of yourself, okay? With the owner's manual. You guys are interested in the owner's manual, please DM us and we'll get you the information. So you get daily flow. All right, next, what else you get? You get the herbal remedies, right? To your birthday. Okay? And this is all for a funky measly $50. You get your herbal remedies. You also get your foods by colors. Okay, we do food colors. So you get your food colors based on your chakras. You get your food colors based on your spiritual tendencies. You get your spiritual tendencies. You get your physical tendencies. Blase, 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 all for a funky measly $50. Now, here is the good thing about this. You never have to come to me anymore. You'll have your herbs that you need in the palm of your hands. You'll have the foods that you need in the palm of your hands. You don't got to go to the grocery store no more. You grow these food colors. You grow your balance, okay? You got your nature-based interventions. You got a little regimen for how much time you need to spend in the sun and the air and water, and that and the third, and sing and laugh and dance. All this stuff you got on you. You don't need nobody else. You got it because it's your responsibility, and you finally got a hand on your own owner's manual. If you guys are interested, DM us $50. You don't have to do nothing else. Stop going to the doctor. Stop going to the grocery store and don't know what's real, what's fake, what you need, what you don't need. You got the food colors. You got all this stuff at the palm of your hand for $50. We're not trying to price gouge. We're trying to keep it to where Rico and them can afford it as well. We want to make this the most accessible, the most effective, okay, and the most affordable. Those three things, the three A's or E's, whatever you want to call it: effective, affordable, and accessible to each and every one of us on the planet. And if you're from Asia, we'll give you Asian herbs. If you're from the Caribbeans, we'll give you the Caribbean herbs. If you're from this place and that place, we'll give you the herbs in your place. So you don't have to worry about access to the herbs. We'll get them to you from your country or place for you that you can get them from. All right. So you get action-packed information in these things. But at the end of the day, how do you practicality? The practicality is going through and participating in the daily flow and actually bringing these things to your life. You keep wanting medications. I'm trying to tell you that there's a certain regimen in your life that you should be going through. So the life lesson is that you think that everything is about work, sex, and what else? Work, sex, and what else y'all want? Okay? What else y'all want? Work, sex, and what else? I want some more pens. I need some more pens for the blackboard. Okay? Work, sex, money, family, kids. Okay? And so what happens is one of these become your excuse. Okay? What happens is one of these or a few of these becomes your excuse for not being able to do what I'm asking you to do here. So instead of all this singing that you're supposed to be doing and all this laughing and dancing and all this ecstasy and bliss, what's keeping you from those things is one of these. Now I want y'all to tell me, okay? I want y'all to tell me on here. Does the practice put the body in shock? No, because we will. Everything that I'm teaching you is about slowing down the body. It's never about you in the uproar. When you're trying to heal and when you're trying to reason and come up with creative ideas and logic and trying to come up with the next best thing for you to be able to do for your life, to calm down, to think that, not stress you out and get you all in no praise break. We need to get you in praise down. We need to get you to calm down so that we can start to get you to be mindful, start for you to dream and imagine and have these epiphanies. And epiphanies normally happen in a more relaxed state instead of a stressful state. Okay, so the practice ain't gonna never get nobody in shock. Okay, we will have to build to be able to jump right in. You can jump right in, jump right on in. Okay, the quicker you need it is the quicker it's there. Okay, one of these become your excuse for the monotony and the routine and the roboticism. One of these is your excuse for why you're doing what you're doing, even though you don't like it. I want to know which one of these it is, okay? And you guys, y'all can put me in the chat. Once we get to 50K, you guys can put, hey, man, y'all come on, keep tapping, I'll keep talking. I should have way more than 30K on here, okay? Right? One of these is your excuse. for why you wake up every day and do something you don't want to do. One of these is your excuse for why you wake up every single day and give your time over to a system that you know means you know well. One of these is your excuse. I just heard Les Brown say this morning that you died at 25, but you won't be buried until you're 65, because one of these has already killed you. And we, instead of you dying from these, we need to teach you how to be the killer. Okay? And you need to be able to kill these lower self entities within you. Because if you don't turn into a killer of the lower self things, then guess what? Then you become the prey. If you don't become the predator, you become the prey of your own tendencies. Okay? And so therefore, one of these is your excuse for why you're staying in that sickness. Again, I told you that you can be sick of your job, you can be sick of your boss, you could be sick of your coworker, you could be sick of your spouse, you could be sick of your boyfriend, you could be sick of your teacher, you could be sick of your community, you could be sick of your friends, you could be sick of your mama them, your daddy them, your family them, your uncle them. If you stay always being sick of some shit and having to deal with it without healing it, you become sick. You become sick. Man, I don't know if I want to cry or dance right now. This is good stuff. I appreciate you badly different. I would like the $50 book. My birthday is 2/10/59. How can I get the book a chart? All right, so it's not a well, it's the book on you. Okay, so it's a manual on you. Okay, and you DM us and we'll get you your manual based on your birthday. But I can automatically tell you right there, just based on I give you just a little bit image cards. 2/10/1959. Okay. 2/10/1959, 121 to 221. Let's say you did 10 days. You did 10 days of Aquarius. Okay. So that means you did 3 years. If you did 3 years of Aquarius and you're born in 1959, you're currently 66 years old. Okay. So if you did 3 years here, that means you did 13 here. Each of these life lessons are 10 years. So 3, 13, 23, 33, 43, 53, 63, and you are 66. So you are 3 years into Virgo. Now you're 3 years, you are 66 years and about 8 months. Okay, so actually you're gonna be in the second decan. So I'm gonna say in the last 4 months, image cards. In the last 4 months, okay, in the last 4 months, you're rat dab in the middle. Okay, you're rat dab in the middle of some discipline things that you need to be more restrictive on. There's some things that you're rat dab in the middle. You're just in the middle of creating boundaries and some disciplines around, and I'm gonna tell you, around your health. It's around your health, it's around your fitness, but it's also around whatever it is that you're doing every day as a daily task. Whatever that daily task is, you already have been starting to create a situation to have more boundaries, be more disciplined in that area. And so that's the life lesson. The life lesson that you're in the middle of learning discipline, but not learning it. You're in the middle of utilizing it, pushing it out. Okay. That's where you're at. So you get more information. You can let everybody know if that's accurate or not, so they'll know what you do. Not about that. I want to show her. She's interested in buying something. We'll show her. Y'all, the rest of y'all just want to get your birthday done. Do somebody that actually like the live? Do somebody that has actually liked the live? I don't know what that means, but everybody that's on here already pretty much got their own name. All right. So now, at the end of the day, what I'm trying to ask you guys before we get to this 50K is, which one of these is your excuse? Okay, which one of these is your excuse for your sickness? Which one of these is your excuse for your sickness? Everybody got it. And you ain't sick and tired until you sick and tired. And when you sick and tired, that's when you're doing it. Come on, somebody. There we go. Let's get them. There we go. Work. Okay. Lady Luck, if you want to buy the DM, buy the owner's manual, go to the DM, okay, and somebody will get right with you, okay. For a funky 50 measly $50, we'll get you everything you need from your birthday. We don't no longer need to look at your blood. It doesn't need to be microscopic. We have been able to get down to the cellular level of understanding. Remember that Dr. Sebi healed from a cellular level. How many of y'all know that Dr. Sebi healed from a cellular level? Do you think that some bitch had a microscope checking your blood? No, he did not have no microscope checking your blood. He just knew the body and understood the mineral balance of the body, of the species of the person. He talked to you long enough, understand you long enough, understand plants long enough, and then you'll be able to get the right combinations to the people. Again, this stuff is not for you to learn it. It's for it to be given to you. It's a difference between a talent and a gift. A lot of people can learn how to heal people, but some folks got the gift of understanding what it takes. And what I'm saying is when you're learning how to heal from herbs, you just can't sell herbs. You got to know herbs. You got to know the plant kingdom. You got to have a synergy. You got to have a spirituality with the land and with the community. You got to be able to get out here in the air and download. And I ain't got to hug a tree to feel nothing. I can just get out in the air and get. So you got to be able to have this spirituality with nature. And voices will come, lessons will come, teachings will come, and that's what you share with the people. Okay? Can you do my birthday, London? Yes. If you get your owner's manual, you'll always be able to get your birthday done. Okay. Always better get your birthday done. Okay. So we got work, we got money. What else do we got? Which one of these is the cause of your sickness? Okay. Yes, just DM us for the manual. Which one of these is the cause of your sickness? Did you do a consultation or talk? I know you say yes. You get a consultation email with all this information on it, and then you can also get access to me so I can walk you through it. A lot of people just scared to talk to me, but yes, you can call me as well. All right, so you don't got to pay extra for that. $150 get your manual and get you to communicate with me so we can run you through your manual. Family, work. All right, some people say family is my reason for my sickness. Some people saying work. Okay, that's the start. That's where we go. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. This is the importance of consultation. Your doctors ain't asking you this shit. You can't know medication. You got to know your patients. The best physicians know the physics. The best physician know physics, not medications. The best physician, a physician knows physics. Well, what's the physics? The physics is the physics of the body. The metaphysical as well as the physical, the metaphysical as well as the physical. So a physician knows the metaphysical as well as the physical. And so I'm gonna be asking you these questions. How is family? How is work? How is your sex life? How is your financial life? I need to know what's creating your sickness. You got a reason for why you're doing what you're doing to yourself. You got a reason for why you're doing what you're doing. You have a reason for why you're doing what you're doing to yourself. And somebody needs to understand that reason. And you can't say that to your doctor. You can't tell your pastor for real. And you can't tell your therapist for real because they're going to think you crazy. And you already went without really knowing these motherfuckers. You don't even really like the therapist anyway. You don't really trust the pastor anyway. You really don't like the doctor anyway. But these are the folks you got to go to, and you're not being able to release. You're not being able to give up this stress. You're not being able to give up this thing that's causing you the deep wound within. And we want to heal you. And some of y'all got arthritis and high blood pressure and diabetes. And some of you got tumors and cancers and autoimmune diseases and respiratory issues. And you don't know that they're coming from something that is stemming from one of these four things. And if you wake up every day having to deal with these things that you don't want to deal with, then yes, it will shorten life. And this is why you don't live long, because we don't know how to get off and up under these types of things that creating the sickness. How to DM you, please? I'm trying. Katrina Bolden, DM me. That means that you push my thing. First of all, you need to subscribe. That's probably why you can't DM somebody, because you just want to sit here and do that. Subscribe to my channel, and it'll give you how to message me. And when you message me, that's called a DM. Oh, I need to connect with you. I feel all of you for sure. I've been on this journey. Yes. We're here for it, Lady Luck. We are here for it, okay? So now in understanding, I'm just waiting on y'all to press these buttons so we can show y'all these life lessons, okay? You keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. And once we get there, we'll show you what we got. So now, this is creating the sicknesses within you, because these dynamics are not quite what you're wanting. Did somebody hear me say that one time? That you got engineered, you got programmed to these. Now these are the lower self things. Now it ain't that these things are not valuable. It's that these things are not all of your experience. It's not that these are not valuable. It's that they're not the whole value. There is other things that you want to experience and other things that you need to have your goals set on. Have my mind on things that are above and not on things that are on the earth. So there are things that are above that you need to understand. And so what I want to teach you today really quick in the next 3 seconds here is how to ride a wave, how to ride a flood in your life. Anytime there is a high tide, the safest place anybody will tell you is on high ground. Anytime there is a high tide, the safest place is on high ground. Some of you guys have been flooded and bombarded with things going on in your life, in your family, in your work career, in your sex life, in your relationships, in your money, in your finances. You just been flooded. But the thing about it is that you don't know how to swim in a flood. And so what the owner's manual, what your homie HerbMan is trying to teach you today, is that in your time of flood in your life, it will happen. Okay, that's why you got the story of the flood, because you got to understand that you got to be a knower. Okay, a knower. Now you might call him Noah, but I say you got to be a knower. A knower of what? That when high tide come in my life in any form or fashion, I must know how to get on high ground. The man is trying to teach us how to get on high ground. That when I am sick, when I am broke, when I am alone, when I am going through government shutdown, when I am going through poverty, when I am going through this thing and that thing as a woman, as a man, as a child, that I must understand somebody got to teach me how to be able to get through this environmental stimuli without allowing it to rob my heavenly consciousness, without allowing it to rob my everlasting life essence, without allowing it to rob me from my power of living as a God, without allowing it to rob me and keep me in my feeble and body and my fleshly and human state, but not allow the blockade or be an obstruction to me being able to pierce the veil, that I can always exodus in and out, free flow. Don't rob me from my free flow in and out of God. And what I teach you guys here, when you look at me, I'm tapping in and out. I know what to say sometimes I don't know what to say, but I always keep my mouth available for the words. I always keep the heart open. I always keep the spirit open. And it'll come. It'll come. Just like this subject and just like yesterday's subject and the subject before that. They just gonna come. Just if you build it, I'll come. If you stand there and cut on that goddamn social media camera and you open your mouth, boy, just like I've been doing, I'll take care of you. And then it's through this innocence, this unpreparedness, this freeness, this flow and flexibility that I'm able to change with the waves. And it's a lot like the proteins in your body, that every time you need something, your proteins change into what you need. And then when you don't need it no more, they change back into the thing they was before. And it's this ability to adapt, to change, to transform, to maneuver that we're trying to teach you about. And so when you start to understand that the family ain't quite right, and the work ain't quite right, and the relationship ain't quite right, and the finances ain't quite right, and because of this is causing me the sickness within me, because I'm sick of the family, I'm sick of the career, the work, the job, I'm sick of the relationship, I'm sick of the financial woes, I'm sick of all of it together, or some of it in different forms. You may make good money on your job, but still got a fucked up family. You may make good relationships with your old lady, but still got a fucked up job. You may have a whole lot of money, but still got the rest of this messed up because you just isolated. So at the end of the day, my point to you is that where is it that is causing you your sickness? Where is it? And when you can start being real with yourself and you can start understanding how to undercover the thing, how to expose the thing. And once you expose of it, then we can dispose of it. I'm unable to get the payment link for the manual. It shows other products. Kindly advise. DM me. Okay? DM me. That's all you got to do. I ain't going to advise you on no goddamn live, brother. DM me. We got a business email, business, everything for that. Okay, you guys? Don't interrupt my flow talking about money. Right? DM me if you want this information. It's for a funky, measly $50. We get you everything you need. But I don't work for TikTok and I don't work with TikTok. So DM me and we'll get you my business, okay? I don't work for TikTok and I don't work with TikTok, all right? So understanding now to how to find this, then you'll understand that these things are keeping us away from what? These things are keeping us away from a lot of the healing components. This is what's causing some of this, or some of these are causing the sicknesses. But guess what? It's because it's keeping us away from doing these things, okay? It's keeping us away from singing, laughing all the time, dancing all the time. Hugging and hanging all the time. So these things have been programmed into you that this is what you should be doing together as a community of humanity. Everybody should have a family. Everybody should work. Everybody should have somebody relational wise, and everybody should have a little money. And so these are the things that everybody teach their children and their children and children. So this is the programming, okay? This is literally the program. But what I'm saying to you is that this program that you're under currently is not about everything that you think about. What's happening with this is it takes time away from you. Now, the time thing is what you don't understand, because that's what we're trying to teach you about in your life lessons. Where are you in time? Okay. So now this takes away the time. And what happens is that this actually really constitutes the time. It doesn't take away your time. Well, it does. It takes away time from this. But this is actually what is establishing time. So family, you remember when you go family, now you're all about age and birthdays, right? When you go work, you're all about clocking in and out. Okay? When you having relationships and sex, then it's all about, oh, when I'm going to get married, right? When do I get married? Right? That's a time. When you're all about the money, then you already know what that's about, right? So now at the end of the day, these things are always quantified by time. So these are your statutes of limitations, but these are the programs. So now they trap the human soul into the programming of the family, the work, the sex, and the money, and it traps you into your lower consciousness. And your lower consciousness is like, hey, this is a part of it, but it's not all of it. And I want to be free enough to be able to go over here and show you that not only should you understand this as a paradigm, not as a thing that you should be doing to fixate on, but more of a thing that works in cohesion with these things. You can't have family without singing together. You can't have community without working together and laughing together. You see, you at your job, y'all don't laugh together. Again, you hate somebody at your job, but you still go down there. You don't even really like your work, but so you're not supposed to be doing that work. The work you're supposed to be doing, y'all supposed to be on that motherfucker singing and laughing together. You know, like I used to be on some jobs, especially when I was a teenager, got there. I work at McDonald's with your motherfucker there. We crunking that bitch. Well, I love my job because everybody in that big crunk. Well, I don't love flipping burgers, but I love the people that's flipping burgers. I could have stayed down the whole goddamn day because the people there made the job. Didn't even think didn't even feel like work. I was with my people. So that's kind of work but you looking at money and you're working egregious hours and doing shit that you ain't got no business doing, isolating and leaving your family, doing all this stuff and you don't even have that on the job. You ain't even laughing together with your coworkers. So therefore, it's not good enough. Okay, then the sex. Okay, now so you thinking sex recreational, but sex is procreational, but you don't trust nobody to dance with them that way in the bed. You got to be able to dance with your woman in the bed that way. Remember, this ain't gonna get you tired. This is gonna get you to relax and calm down. So there's a dance and there's a two-step, there's a ambiance, and there's a symbology, there's a synchronicity and a synergy that happens within that bedroom, but you can't find nobody to do that with you. Everybody wants recreation, nobody wants procreation. So therefore, you're not really in it with nobody. So you just having sex, but you ain't really doing nothing with nobody because you don't want nobody to do nothing with. Y'all don't want to do nothing together. So you don't look at sex as procreational, as recreational. So therefore, there's still no union. Everything that you're doing, you see that you're doing it without the union. You're doing it as an individual, as an isolated person. You're doing it on your own. You're doing it, and that's the trick. And then also the money becomes, the finances become an issue now. So now you got all of these ideas about doing this, that, and the third. But again, you're trying to get rich by yourself. You're trying to get rich. You're the only person in the family. Come on, man. You can't do it that way. You need the support. Somebody has to support you. But we're so crabs in the barrel that mama them ain't gonna give you mama them and granddad. Do you know how many people I saw going to the store when I was in America, man? And I'm talking about, this was just right before I left. Something just told me to watch it. And so many elder people that were retired, that was working, but they spent so much money on numbers, playing numbers, cash 3, cash 4, this, that, and third. And in my mind, I said, I guarantee you, if I was daughter, if I was their sister, if I was their uncle, and I said, hey Claude, let me goddamn borrow $50. You know that some bill won't give me $50, but you just sat there and spent 50 on cash 3 and cash 4. So my point to you is that, yeah, that's your money, but my point is, people are in these situations where they're trying to get money. Some folks got it in their family and they still won't get it to them. So you don't have the support. So this becomes the stress. This is what makes you sick. But if we could sing together as a family and work together as a family and then have relations together as a family and then understand this money thing as a family and come up together as a family of the community, of the collective consciousness of humanity, and then you'll understand that now nothing is stressful on the individual level. Everything is handled from a collective. And the more singing we do, the more family we get. The more laughing we do, the more work get easier. The more dancing we do, the more love we make. The more hugging and the more money we make. And so we make it together. Family together, family together. And so your sickness is that you're isolated in a lot of these situations. And you're still having them deal with them with no support. What say you? Which one of these making you sick? Which one of these is making you sick? Which one of these are you sick of? How many of you are dealing with a family that's making you sick? How many of you guys are dealing with friends that are making you sick? How many guys are dealing with a job that's making you sick? Come on now, let's go ahead and air it out. Let's release it. Let's air it out. Let's release it. What's making you sick? And this is the real path of the doctors of the future. Remember that the future of medicine is no medicine at all. We ain't going to be prescribing you guys medications, guys. We're going to be prescribing you guys lifestyle activities. You got to start putting these things inside of your life. If the government gonna shut down, fuck it. You might as well start making your life the way you want it to be. If the government is not going to be reliable, then that means also that private sector ain't going to be reliable. If your security net is the government and that ain't secure, then you already know that private ain't gonna be secure. So now if public ain't gonna be secure, then private ain't gonna be secure. So now I understand that I'm unsecure. I'm unsecure in the arms of these systems. So therefore, I'm going to learn how to take care of thyself better. So I'm never really dependent on these temporary or illegitimate or incompetent systems. And this is how you learn how to do this stuff. Working, but it's cause I don't like my job. It's because I don't feel like doing it. Okay, so cool. User 292. if you keep working at the job and you sick of it, you eventually will get sick. And the reason why is because here's the thing on user 292. You ain't got to tell me because I already know. Because you don't like your job, you're doing things in your private life. I don't know if it's drinking, jacking out. Excuse me, y'all know what I'm talking about. But you know what I'm talking about. You're doing things, and so my point to you is that if you stop this, you'll stop the coping mechanism. If you stop doing what makes you sick, you stop doing what you're coping with it with. So once we release that, we release the other thing. Yeah, Jack in the Box. You know, Jack in the Box is a restaurant. We call it Jack in the Box. I think they got one in California, right? A Jack in the Box in California. So what I'm saying is these things are really the things that are driving you to do self-harm in the darkness. Stuff that people don't see, maybe stuff that people do see, but whatever it is that you're doing and you're saying, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, why am I still sick? It's because of these things that you're holding on to that's creating the sickness, and therefore you can't release this, you can't release the coping mechanism. These things attach you to a coping mechanism. There isn't a job I want to do. I ain't worried about that there isn't a job you want to do. I'm worried about the coping mechanism that you do because of the fact that you got to work. I know you don't want to work 292, then you ain't have to tell me that. Don't nobody want to do these, for real, in the way that we're doing. Men want to have more than one woman. They don't want to have that one woman with that one for the most part. So the family structure ain't really what everybody want to do. The work structure ain't really what everybody want to do. How stuff is set up with sex. Everybody don't want to go through what you got to go through just to meet somebody. The money, the friend, all this stuff is set up the wrong way for most of us. Really don't like the way this shit is doing. So don't nobody really want to do it the way this is work. We want to do it our way, not a way, but our way. So anytime that you don't, because you don't have control over it the way that it's set up. You got control over it the way that you want to do it, but when it's set up for you, you don't have any control over it. Okay. And so, you just like with women, right? There's a lot of women coming into the paradigm that don't want to be a mother. They don't want to be kids. But up under the current system, you're going to be stressed out and be under some kind of, now what the hell you think you will because you don't want to have kids? Hey, look, everybody ain't going to be judged because of that quality. Some people don't want to work the way it's set up. Some people don't want to date the way that it's set up or marry the way that it's set up, right? So, and some people don't want to earn or be in the monetary capitalistic system the way that it's set up. So you got all these things that are stressing out. But what I'm telling you is that fuck this. It's what you're doing because you got to do that. And so this is, you got to release this in order to release that. I'm more concerned with what you're doing because of this, not this. It's crazy. I used to sing when I was so anxious. Keep singing. Okay. It'll also help you with your blood pressure. It's all in the coping mechanism. Yes, Kamzy. Yeah, see, don't nobody want to tell me that. Folks want to blurt out, it's my family, but what you doing because of it? Because that's the real thing. See, these are safe things to tell me. See, that's why I put these up here. I'm going to trap you up every time. I know how to teach. Okay? I know how to teach. And I get you vulnerable enough for you to be able to tell me something so we can go deeper, because otherwise you ain't going to raise your damn hand. Otherwise you ain't going to tell me the truth. And we know that. And that's why consultations are more important than just somebody selling you a product. We need to know you guys. You are tricking yourself just buying people's products. Them folks don't know you. You going home every day eating the same shit. That goddamn herb ain't going to help you if you still eating the same diet. That shit ain't gonna help you. So let's just get to know each other, so I can know when you lying and when you telling the truth. Let somebody get to know you, so we know when you lying and when you telling the truth. Keep playing with y'all, man. We're gonna keep on playing with y'all grown folks, okay? Not gonna keep on playing with grown folks. Okay? Y'all going to the doctor's office line, you're going to the pastor line, you're going to the therapist line, you're going to your job line. Stop lying. Somebody got to know you. Otherwise, it's going to keep on going in a cyclical. It's going to keep on cycling out. We're going to keep on. It's going to keep on. Who will you trust to really know the fuck who you really is? And if you don't trust me, at least trust yourself to know you. I don't want to know you. I don't give a damn if I know you or not. The only main way for me to know you is for you to know yourself. All I care about is if you know you, at least somebody knew you before you left this paradigm. You knew you. You were Noah. You were Noah. You knew how to build the ark. And you knew how to navigate life, and you knew how to build your boat, baby, and you knew how to handle your floods of emotions, and your floods of this and that, and your floods of atrocities and stress. You knew how to do it because you became a knower. It ain't about somebody else knowing you. Y'all keep trying to make it a collective thing. We heal the world one person at a time. When you get yours, then somebody else get there. Then somebody else get there. Somebody else get there. But we doing it one person at a time. We change the world one person at a time, and you got to be okay with that. Y'all trying to goddamn change the whole hood and the whole half of the country. Stop, slow down, man. Take your time. One person at a time. By birthday, we're going to change your life. One person at a time. And we're going to spend the time in doing that. And we're going to be able to update you on these things as we move forward. You become a member. You can become a member of the HerbMan Club for only $3.99 per month, which is $4 a month. And you can become a member, and that's going to keep you up with the fam, up with the information. If you get the owner's manual, you also get a yearly update, and then you'll be able to keep on tracking yourself around these life lessons and being able to understand the disciplines. So again, we need for you to do these while you're doing these. We need for you to infiltrate these and these. So that's these over here are going to relieve these. These are your stressors, and these are your relievers of the stress. Anybody got any other questions? Anybody got other questions? Keep tapping out, keep talking, you guys. If you guys are interested in the owner's manual, please DM us and we will get you the information that you need. All right. So it's all about what lesson. It's all about what lesson. It's all about what lesson. That's what it's all about. Do you know your life lesson? Do you know your life lesson? Oh man, what? On the right. Yeah, those are numbers. Okay. Those are my numbers to track you. Guess it was supporting. Nah, you can't know this unless I teach you. The numbers on the right is my numbers that come up out of the bowels of my spirit that allows me to track you guys. And 100K, I'm going to use those numbers to track people perfectly in their life. Remember that these are my numbers. That you can't go get this from no astrology book, no medical astrology book, no medical astrologist. You can't go get this from Nicholas Culpepper's book. You can't go to get this from who else out there? Kiara Sutherland. I didn't get this from her. Okay. Who else out there? What her name is? There's another white lady. She old school, got her name. But you can't go get this from none of them. Judith Hill don't got these numbers. Kiara Sutherland don't have these numbers. Okay. Any other medical astrologers at the top of their game don't. These are my numbers. Come from bowels of my spirit. And once we get to 100K, you give me your birthday, I can track your ass with my numbers. And this is what I keep trying to teach y'all about. Can you teach me something? Can I learn this? Something's got to come from you. You got to add the piece of this that God gave it to you for. Again, this is a healing through spirit and science. This can only go so far if you keep this at a scientific rate. But if you add spirit to it, you can get this to understand and interpret it a little further, extend it a little further, allow it to be able to do a little bit more things. And so I got an ancient relic. Yeah, I digged it up out of the ground. But at the end of the day, it's only science if I don't put the spirit to it. And so my spirit saying that these are the times that we should be under. So one day is 4 months. Okay, 3 days equal a year, 10 days equal 3 years, 1 month equal 10 years, and 90 days equal 30 years because you don't know the timing of God. And so 100 years could be a day to God, and a day could be 100 years to man. And so at the end of the day, you got to understand what the time that God gave you. And I've been using these for the last 5 or 6 years, and they've been as accurate as a motherfucker. So we're going to keep my numbers. And so that is what the numbers are to the right. Me being a part of this. This ain't Dr. Sabi shit. I ain't regurgitating up nobody else stuff. When I leave here, my children will have this and understand that this is from their daddy, not from somebody else. Absolute fact, I know people going to therapy not being completely honest and complaining about results. Yes, man. Yeah, there you go. They don't be completely honest. Even then, they used to come to the herb shop, man. They're not completely. I'd be like, tell me everything. And then they'll be like, well, nah, I ain't really dealing with nothing but high blood pressure. And then you keep talking to the person. They'll be like, well, 10 years ago, I had menopause. And I thought you said you didn't have nothing but blood pressure. I asked you, what is this the only diagnosis you ever had? You just telling me the last diagnosis. You telling me what you want me to know. And that's what's fucking up because you don't know thyself well enough to be telling me about you. And if I'm taking your pointers of you, then I could also have the fallibility to do you wrong because you was wrong. You told me something wrong. I fixed the product based on what you said, and that doesn't work. Why? Because it's not your blood pressure. It's your life. It's your anxiety and stress in life. It is not your kneecap arthritis. Yes, that's where your cartilage is dissipating at, but why is the cartilage dissipating? It's because you want to sit your ass somewhere. It's because your life won't allow you to, and you've been on the go and you've been running. I don't give a damn how many kneecaps we give you. You'll run them out until you're able to get some kind of stability in life. This is the doctor I'm talking about. I don't know what kind of doctor y'all gonna go to, but I can't go to nobody unless they talking to me like this. I know too much. You can't just inject me with shit. You gotta get to know me. I know I'm doing shit in the background that I ain't telling you. I know I may be a drinker. I may be smoking. I may just now goddamn did something before I came here and all that type of stuff. And so at the end of the day, because I know me, let me go ahead and be able to know me well enough to treat me well as well too. Because again, yes, you guys are not being as truthful or in your ignorance of yourself. You just been information that you think is useful. But again, these information is useful. Is useful as far as diagnosing you. Your money life, your finances is useful as far as diagnosing you. I can't assess you without asking you these questions. If you go to your doctor tomorrow and they're not asking you about your family life, and they're not asking you about your finances, and they're not asking you about your relationship, and they're not asking you about these things, then they are not a real fucking doctor. And you should get your purse and you should pick up your wallet and your bill folder and put it back in your pocket and go somewhere quick, because you know that this person doesn't have you in mind. They just got medication. They know meds, but a physician should know the person. Doctors used to come to your house. That's why how good their relationship used to be. They know that John Riggs smoked cigarettes. John Riggs smoked cigarettes at the church. You know, back in the day, you can get, soon you come out of church, you fire up your cigarette. Everybody know John Riggs smoke. So if John Riggs come down with coughing, the first thing is we know John Riggs smoking poke. So look, John, you're gonna have to stop smoking the cigarettes. Now you're gonna have to do something else with your time and this, that, and the third, because I know John Riggs. So I ain't quick to give John Riggs medication. I'm quick to eliminate what I know John Riggs is doing in his life, and let's see, can we handle it this way without John Riggs having to give over money. I know John Riggs on a farm and working. You ain't got no money, but you still need the knowledge. So everything ain't about the money. You guys are paying money for some bullshit ass knowledge. And then you get mad because the consultation is $50 and you think you ain't getting everything you need in it. Girl, stop. This is for the world. This ain't for your little bit of shit. Everybody got some shit going on. Your situation ain't no more important than mine. But we're being able to share and being able to spread. How you do this without spending money. How you do this without being dependent. This is education. You pay for education when you come to me. Not a product. Okay? Not a product. Once we get to 100K, you guys, we're almost there. We got about 42 more minutes to spend with you guys. I got about 42 more minutes. You keep tapping, I'll keep talking. Once we get to 100K, we're going to show you about the life lessons, and then we're going to see exactly which one of these things that y'all need to be incorporated, man. Singing, dancing, laughing, or community involvement. The hugging, the belonging. A lot of us are not being able to get into these things. These things are going to create the medicine within you, the gamma, the serotonin, the oxytocin, the dopamine, and all these things. These are your medicines. There's no medication or herb more potent than the things that you produce within you. I'm teaching you how to produce your own medicine. You're stressing out in life, but you don't know how to produce your medicine. This ain't all got nothing to do with going to the bar, going to the club. This ain't all about that. This is how you do it within you. This is how you do it within your home. How you sing with your, you laugh with your loved ones, how you dance with yourself and how you dance with your loved ones, how you communicate and hug, and how you get into belonging and community, the people that's within you. Remember that your children are very critical to your family. Stop letting them just sit up in the room and play all day. You need to show them responsibility and then allow them to understand the relevance of that responsibility. If you don't take out the trash, the job ain't. If you don't make up your bed, the business didn't go right today. If you don't fix the food or help out around the house, then guess what? That's a part of the business that doesn't succeed. Your things that you're doing in the house, children, are very important to the success of the running of that house. But children need to know that, because children want to be a viable part. But if you keep telling them to go to the room, you don't want them to help you with the grocery, don't want them to help you clean the car, don't want to help you cut the grass, don't want to help you sweep, don't want to help them do this. Go on, get out the way, go on up there, get out of my way, go on, man, they got that way, ain't nothing to do to fucking play the game. What relevancy do I got to this family? And then you want to know why they want to go to somebody else's family. Because hell, they making them go over there and do something and be somebody. Your children need to know that they are relevant. Family is business. Run the family, manage the family like a business, make everybody relevant, give everybody positions, let everybody know their importance, and then also give payouts, and then also talk and listen to your clients. Have business meetings. Business meetings ain't nothing but dinners, right? Dinner around the table, talking shit. How was your day today? How was your day today? How was this task done today? What y'all think we can do to make it better, do this, and that, and the third, and then incorporate everybody's ideas and run the family as a cohesiveness. If you can do that in the family, then you don't need to go out and run no business or no entrepreneur, because everybody in your family is a piece and a part of the economic system that you created within your home. Your economic system is outside the home. That's your problem. That's why you don't have no control. Get in your house and put them children and put the spouse to work on one idea under the family roof. It's okay for you to work for McDonald's, but what you doing for the renders? It's okay for you to work for the this over that, but what you doing for the renders? And that ain't it. I don't need no goddamn taxes, and I don't need no McDonald's playing the mediator for money coming to the renders. So then we got to understand what can the renders do, and then all the pieces to the render family, and then seeing who can do it and accomplish those pieces and put people in the right position to thrive, and then being able to work those pieces together. This is how you get off and up under these stresses. But if they got to always teach your ass how to make a living and you don't know how to do it with the people you got, then guess what? You're going to swap your people out for other folks out here in the world. So now instead of you having a family in your home, your family become the motherfuckers at the job, because they working your ass to death. And instead of you having a family in the house, then guess what? Now these motherfuckers at your this, 9, and the third are your people, and out here in the club, and out here in the streets, and I hear all these folks on your family because you didn't know how to do it up under that roof. So don't get mad at the children wanting to be like LeBron when daddy ain't doing nothing. Get mad at the children wanting to be like Megan Thee Stallion because mama ain't. Okay? Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. I got my YouTube pumping over here. What it is? What causes skin conditions to suddenly occur? Emotional stuff, Monica Gray. Okay, any kind of time you have an emotional things, then that's going to come out. Okay, particularly in if you're having any kind of nervous system issues. Okay, anything going on with your feet. Okay, Pisces Got a lot to do with the lymphatic system, a lot to do with mucus, a lot to do with mucus build up in the body, stuff like that. But particularly in the feet, right? So nerves in the feet, water build up in the feet, mucus build up in the feet, a lot of mucus, lymphatic system issues. That's a Piscean type of thing. So what that's telling me, because Pisces is water, that's some emotional stuff going on, but in the spiritual. You're having some spiritual stuff going on that you're getting emotional about that's causing the skin issues. Monica Gray. All right. Now that's my YouTube right there. Some people don't let you build your family. Nah, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. That's the point. Nothing can stop you. People are not stopping you from that. It's just your idea of family is stopping you from it. See, the thing about it is that you can't build your family from the idea that you think. So you see what I'm saying? The people ain't stopping it. It's your idea of the family that you're trying to build. You can't accomplish it. And you're needing people to accomplish it, but it's your idea. Your idea of family may not be realistic for you. And that's why when we do these life lessons, we'll see. Maybe you're trying to build a family at a time you ain't got no business building one. And that's the big thing about the owner's manual. If you guys are interested in the owner's manual, please DM us and we'll get you that information. Okay? Say, damn, all upside my head. Y'all know I got to come on here. This is how I start the show. Beating you upside the head with that hot banger boogie. Y'all know how I do it. See, and that's what we all need from 18 to 98. Grown, ain't no ass whipping. And I showed y'all this scripture a long time ago. It said, because my shit ain't expedient. You going and doing what you want to do. Because God's punishment at your little private deeds aren't expedient. You ain't dropping dead because you went to the Jack in the Box. You ain't dropping dead because you cheated or lied or stole or killed. You know what I'm saying? And so because God's little stuff ain't expedient after you did the wrong, I take it. See, it ain't expedient like that. So guess what? You think you still got a little bit more rope to keep on going down here and rope-a-doping and doing shit. You see? Y'all go look that scripture up because it's not expedient. My punishment is not expedient. You keep on doing devilish shit, lower self shit until you get to a point the way you can't do it no more. And then now you want to extend your life for what? You want me to extend your life for you to keep on being with that family that's making you sick? You want me to keep you living so that you can go back to that job that's making you sick? You want me to keep you living so that you can go back to those friends that you really don't like? You want me to cure you of your issues and diseases and make you this and that so that you can go right back to these things that are making you sick. So the question is, why do that? The only way that you can really ask for somebody to extend you is when you have another understanding of the reason behind the extension. I don't want you to extend my life for me to go back out and clock in. I don't want you to extend my life for me to go back to this piss poor ass family you gave me. I don't want you to go back, extend my life for me to go back to this piss poor ass job and capitalism system. I don't want you to, hell no, let me get up out of here at 70, 80, 90, whatever. I don't want to go back to this shit so then guess what? The extension comes in if you can sing it out, if you can laugh it out, dance it out, then this is reason for everlasting, but this life ain't. So why y'all asking for healing to go back into this bullshit? Keep tapping, I'll keep talking. Ain't nobody playing with y'all, man. Shit. I'm trying to come on this goddamn thing every day, talk to y'all, man. What's wrong with y'all? I'm tired of coming on this motherfucking talking to y'all, man. I'm dead ass serious. Ain't nobody gonna keep on playing with y'all. Y'all grown ass people, man. We know what we need to be doing. We're not being taught right. Yes, we get that. But once you are taught right, you must put things into practice so that we can do this as a collective. You got to understand that, yes, it's an individual responsibility, but once we catch on to it, then it's going to catch wildfire as a collective. Then you can come up, then the changes are going to be there. But one person at a time keep coming up with revelation, keep coming up with these unctions, and then y'all get me picked off because you ain't ready yet. What you ain't ready for? So that's what I'm saying. You want me to save you for what? Save my life for what? For what? And a motherfucker who ain't talking to you like this is robbing you of your money. And shame on you for letting them do it. It's your fault still. A person who is in the health that's not talking to you the way that I'm talking to you, shame on them. Because they're not in it for your care and nor in it for your sharing. They're not in it for caring for you, nor are they sharing. Caring is sharing. So therefore, I am sharing to you that it is not expensive. It is all about determination, and it's all about commitment, and it is all about the transforming and the renewing of your mentality. We're just showing you how to do it and to educate yourself on how you're able to get in the bowels of yourself and change yourself in exodus from this stressful ass commodities of life and get over here to some stuff that's really going to be the experience. Singing all day, laughing all day, dancing all day, hugging and touching on folk all day sound like heaven to me. But you got them talking about a fucked up ass family, fucked up ass friends, a fucked up ass job, fucked up ass money, and that don't sound like heaven to me. I don't know. That don't sound like heaven to me. So which ones you want to do? Which ones do y'all truly want to do? Do you really want to keep on going after these things? Do you really? It's okay, but do you really understand what I'm trying to show you? These stuffs are making you sick because you don't have full control. You don't have full control of your family. You don't know your uncle them and family were going to be like that. So you don't have full control. But these over here, you do. You got full control over those things. You see? So what you don't have full control over is heightening the percentages of is heightening the law of advantages of you getting into mistakes. Okay. Any other questions? No, I ain't gonna play. I just started to listen to you, but I already understand you. There we go. There you go. And I appreciate that. So that means that you understand that I don't play no games. No nonsense. We come on here with no nonsense. No nonsense. If you're ready to be healed, DM me. We'll get you the honest man. Okay? No nonsense. We don't play no games with the lames. They find in heaven on Netflix. Yeah, because you don't know how to Netflix it in your mind. So guess what? They're gonna teach it to you. They'll show it to you. They'll market it to you a different way. They'll bring that story out of the book and put it on live vision for you to be able to see it because they want to be in control in every aspect. And this is when I'm telling you, you lose control. Remember that this is limitlessness. This is when you tap out of control. That's over here is when you out of control. Okay, but that's what they don't want you to be, out of control. So they put your ass in control. Okay, because they're out of control to be demonic, out of control to be possessions, out of control to be to where you need constraints and restraints, and out of control is lawlessness, and out of control is this and is that. No, out of control is free, motherfucker. That's it. I'm just out of your control. It ain't got nothing to do with me being everywhere. Out of control just means I'm free to do what I want to do. I'm out of your control. I'm not out of control. It's free. Free is out of control. Okay? We almost there, you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and get it. First birthday, let's go. Bam, let's get it. First birthday, let's get it. Thank you guys for the 100K. We got about 28 more minutes, so let's get it. First birthday, let's get it. Let me go ahead and start, y'all. Babe, when the first birthday come up there, just pin it, because you know I got my back turned. So just pin it for me. First birthday. And let's see what life lesson you in. First birthday, we got it. Bill, 113.89, barely different. 113.89 is your manufacturing date, okay? We talking owner's manual code, okay? So 113.89, all right? So now we need your model number. Your model number is broken down like a life path number, okay? All right, so if we break this down like a life path number, 1 and 13 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5, 1989 is eventually going to be 18 plus 9, okay? So 18 plus 9 is 27, I want to say. 2 and 7 is 9. So you got 9 over here, and you got 5 over here. 9 and 5 is 14. So then that's going to make it a 5. Okay. So you are a life path 5. Okay. Now here is the difference between tarot card readers, life path number people, astrologists, and all that type of stuff, is that they don't really understand how to blend all this stuff up. This is very simplistic. You can't say that every life path 5 is the same or every model number is the same. So there's other information that's going to differentiate this particular person. Okay. So now the model number 5, we get that, we got that. The sun sign 121, 1221 to 121 is an Aquarius, right? I'm sorry, is a Capricorn. So that's your earth. Every Capricorn has some Cancerian qualities. So that's your water. And then the element is 5, so that's a earth. Okay, so you're earth, water, earth. Okay, earth, water, earth. That means the biggest things for you is going to be the earth element, right? You got to watch your emotions, but then you also got to watch the structure. You got to watch your responsibility. You got to watch how you plan things, all this type of stuff in life. Now, also, though, from a health standpoint, you got to watch your skin. You got to watch your reproductive area. You got to watch your lymphatic or mucus immune system. You also got to watch your bones, your tissues. All those types of stuff are going to be very critical for you because of this earth, water. Now, this is why the life path number, you can't go just by life path, because this person got a mix of other things. So yes, this is a Capricorn that deals with the earth element, but there's other Capricorns that don't deal with the earth element that still is a life path 4 or 3 or something else. So you got to quantify those differences. Now, so we know that you're a Capricorn. So let's go ahead and get you here. Okay, let's just say Capricorn ends in 121. You born on 13, so you did roughly 8 days, right? So 8 days down here would be what? 8 days down here would be 3, 6. That's 2 years and 8 months. Okay, 2 years and 8 months. So you did 2 years and 8 months of Capricorn. All right. Born in 89, you are currently 36 years old. So 2 years and 8 months, 12 years and 8 months, 22 years and 8 months, 32 years and 8 months. Okay. And then you are what? 36. So if you're 36 years old and let's say 9 months. So this is 32 in 8 months. So you got 32 in 8 months. And then you're currently 36 in 9 months. Let's do the math. 1, 4, right? So you got 4 years and 1 month into Taurus, okay? 4 years and 1 month into Taurus lets me know that you're right dab in the middle. I just told y'all, I showed y'all all of this. You're right dab in the middle of what? Possessions, okay? You're right dab in the middle of getting your things, okay? So whoever 11389 is, you're in the middle of growing your wealth, in the middle of growing your stature with your personal possessions. So you're in the middle of it. So for the last 4 years and in 1 year, you've been getting your stuff. Okay, you've been getting your car, your house, all this stuff. You've been getting that together. Now come back and let us know. Okay, but that's the life lesson: possessions. So this Taurus, you're wondering like, damn, the last 4 years I've been goddamn really getting my grind, don't get my shit. It's because you're in Taurus. Badly different said, nail on the head, and I don't even know who that person is. Okay. So that's how this happens. Now, if I know about these things, then you know what we know about the health, and then you also know we'll know about the herbs, and we'll know what foods you need, and we'll know what nature-based stuff. So just don't fixate on the problems that we can find. Understand that this also, when you buy this for that funky measly $50, you're not just getting a highlight of your issues. You're getting a remedy. You're getting solutions to them as well. Okay? You're getting solutions to them as well. It's from the same dispensation, okay? So again, that person, you are in your personal possession. So ain't no need to worry about nothing else. Get your getting and getting it good, pimping. Badly different. Get your getting in good. Ain't no need you worried about no baby, no people, no. You are in the time, or you are worrying about you getting your things that you wanted. And at 36, that's cool. And you got 10 years, remember? So you just in here 4 years and 1 month, which means that you got 5 years and 11 months left. 5 years and 11 months left, baby. It's your time. That's the time that you should be doing. Don't let people take you off the life lesson, because when you do that, then unfortunately now you're starting to want things that are not entitled to the discipline, to the principle. The principle is trying to teach you about you're going to get a point in time in your life where you get what you want. So give yourself time to get what you want. Do I believe in chakras? I don't believe in nothing. I know a whole lot though. Okay, we use chakras as just a understanding of the biology of the person. So I don't give a damn about chakras. I care about the endocrine glands though that those chakras represent. So if you're talking about the root chakra represent my adrenals, I personally care more about your adrenals than the root chakra. But if the root chakra is going to highlight that that's the adrenals, then yes, I can use that system to allow me to assess the endocrine system in a better way. Remember, this is traditional. This is not modern. We don't have no machines doing none of this. So you take a lot of these ancient modalities, and if you can synchronize, then you'll understand that they all mean the same thing. The doshas, the chakras, the Native American medicine wheel, the four temperaments, the four elements, the four humors. I mean, there are so many different things: homeopathic, osteopathic, naturopathic. All these things have fundamental roots in a lot of these different modalities. So if you again have an eagle's eye view to be able to see the totality in which these modalities are really trying to get to the people that they were actually fueling, then you'll understand that everybody had the same thing in mind, which was longevity of their people. And longevity has never not been the key. But for some reason, you guys are just okay with dying, and ain't nobody teaching longevity no more. Nobody's teaching everlasting life. Again, y'all are going down and read the book, but you are on the fast track to death. Nobody's teaching you everlasting life, and we're gonna make sure we do that. Hope I misunderstood that part. Hold up, I don't want to check out in 10 years. Nah, we don't tell people when they're gonna die. Do none of that stuff. So you ain't gotta worry about that. I don't do none of that. I don't play God. All we do is just be mediator between you and nature. But it's between you and nature. Y'all relationship is between y'all. All I did was say, hey, mom, I brought my brother back. Mama, I brought my sister back to you. That's all I'm doing. I'm kin to you too. We all in the same family. I don't give a damn if you Asian, American, African, European, Australian. I done been to everywhere. I've been to 5 continents. Okay, it ain't number 7 of them. Okay, so at the end of the day, I done been to enough places to know all I'm doing is being a great brother or sister, and I'm bringing my brother and my sister back to mama them. Mama them and y'all the one got a beef. You the one who left the house. And you the one who don't know how to bring your ass back home. And you the one who out here fucked up and sick, and you don't know how to go back home because of your pride and your ego and your ignorance. So all I'm doing as baby brother, all I'm doing is because I'm gonna take you back to mama house, and then it's up to y'all. If you want to stay with mama, if you want to get well at mama house, if you want to sit here and chill and recuperate, I'm pretty sure mama gonna let you do it, but that's up to y'all, not to me. I play my role. So it's our double sun sign in our life path that makes unique to other life paths like us. Yes, Kalisha. Okay, so it is your double sun sign and your life path number that makes that collage. Yes. Okay, so yes, you got that right. So that all comes from your birthday, right? Because remember, I told you that you're a collage of different things. So we got to figure out how much of what are you balanced, or where is the imbalance? And as you can see, because this person got 2 earths and water, then that already is an imbalance in the earth. There's too much there, which means that there's a too overflow of a tendency. So we already know what to be watching out for based on this, but we know everybody. If you come up here and have one air, one water, one earth, and you had three separate ones, you're still missing something, right? So think about that. If you came up here with your birthday and I said you got one air, one water, and one earth, you're still missing one of them. So there's always going to be a deficiency in this rhythm that's going to allow us to know and highlight the problem. Ain't nothing better than nature. Nothing better than nature. This thing can work. It's ancient technology that works far more better than everything else. I understand you thinking, yes, Kalisha, yeah, you got it. You got it. I already knew when you asked me that type of question, I already knew you was already in the pocket. You already in the pocket with it, right? And so now, with that same issue, with that same brother, that brother is whoever that was. I don't know if that's a brother or not, but 11389, we said that they were currently in Taurus, right? So that's an earth element, right? So then we know that the earth element is what? The dancing, right? The earth element is the dancing. And you already know when you get your stuff, you know what I'm saying? And so this is your celebratory understanding, my brother. You ain't got to do a whole lot. You are in your Taurus of your life. You're in the earth element of your life. You're out here. You're getting your material realm. You're doing what matters to you. You're able to function in this material realm. You're at your cues and things, everything coming to you the way you like it. So dance and show earth. Hey, appreciate you, baby. You ain't got to do nothing, just do that, right? Open your arms up and say, appreciate you, baby. Appreciate. And it don't matter who you talking to. God know who you're talking to. You ain't never got to say a name. You understand me? This thing ain't about all that type of stuff, man. Dancing, earth element. Okay. Now, if you're having problems in the earth element, though, it'll be opposite. Okay. If you're not having problems, then it'll be dancing. If you are having problems in the earth element, then it's going to be the opposite of it, which is singing. So when you're having illnesses, it's the opposition. I used to love to dance. Start back dancing, barely different. Especially when you're doing your thing. Especially now, you in Taurus. You need to pay the earth some. Appreciate you. Now, it don't mean that nothing gonna stop, but it's just showing you how to stay in bliss. Okay, how to stay in bliss, how to stay in appreciation. Don't ever try to make this out to be a job. These are life lessons. It ain't your job to do nothing but go through the life lessons. It ain't your job to get no money. It ain't your job to do this and do that. It's your job to go through the life lessons. The life lessons will teach you all of the skills that are required to live in this paradigm. So what I'm trying to tell you is that it's okay. These are blessings. They're not demonic. They are blessings. There's a blessing in this lesson. But that don't mean that your whole life should be fixated on Taurus. You do Taurus and you get up out of Taurus and be ready for something else. And that's the flexibility. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Some of you guys are being trapped in family, in money, in finances, and job as the whole entire meaning of the life. And that's why you're having problems in your health. That's why you're having problems with your health. Do you teach basics of this in your membership? No, I don't teach this. I just teach you your owner's manual, Kalisha. This is not a lesson for you guys to go try to do for the masses. There will be only one of me. There will be only one of me. But what I will do is share this enough to you guys that somebody like me will come and don't need my teachings because this is enough. You don't have to pay me. I never paid for anybody to teach me shit. I caught them little videos and I caught these little books and I caught whatever they left behind in their existence and I learned enough to move on. And this is all I'm giving you is enough to move on. So, but this is about you and your life. It's not about making y'all healers of anybody else. It's about making you a healer of yourself. Okay? So I teach you how to do your own owner's manual to your life. That is a great question, but not for the masses of taught. No, I don't want it for others. It's for me. Yeah, that's what your owner's manual is, Kalisha. That's what your owner's manual is. It's for you. Okay? That's what I'm teaching you. Your owner's manual is about you. All right? Anybody else? Anybody else want to know their life lessons? If not, I appreciate y'all. I can get up out of here. If you guys want to know more information about this stuff, please DM us and we'll get you that information, okay? But we can clearly see a lot of people can come on here and they can tell you I'm lying. They can do whatever they want to do. But what I'm trying to show you is that astrology does not have to be done on a computer. Tarot cards does not have to be done with cards. Okay? Being a psychic does not have to be done via the phone and being psychic over your phone and being Cleo. Okay? You can be able to do this by ancestral understanding of ancient technology that doesn't require you to do things that they didn't have. So I don't have to look in your blood because I know you from your birthday. I know you and I know your cellular tendencies, extracellular tendencies. Now, do I know what you done got into? Yes, if you tell me that you done ran into those tendencies that I'm telling you about it yourself. So if you tell me like, yeah, I done half of that, then I know you're dealing with half of these. So we got you in a bubble by your birthday. There's no need to run out of it. But at the end of the day, my point to you is that you don't have to have those things. There is a way for you to be able to understand this from the most spiritual side. Religion is getting too religious, right? Astrology, tarot card reading, all this stuff y'all seeing on y'all things because y'all keep searching for this stuff. You see these young folks coming out, but I'm trying to teach the young people. You don't need tarot cards. If you are spiritually gifted, it'll come through you. You don't need a computer. If you're spiritually gifted, astrology, it'll be embedded into you. So that's why you don't see me with none of that shit. You can give me your birthday right now. We'll show you everything. And I don't need gadgets because I am the gadget. Healing through spirit and science. Mesh it up with you. Mesh astrology up with you. How do you know the cosmos versus how some kind of machine know it too? Machine gonna give you it, but then you got to get out there too and come back with some coordinates. Pastor, you got to get out of the Bible. You got to get out here and live the Bible and start teaching people about your life, not just Jesus Christ's life. I want to know about Pastor who's up here. What you do yesterday? We know everybody doing something in the dark. Did you jack off? I mean, did you go to Jack in the Box? I'm sorry. Did you go to McDonald's when you know you already 350 pounds? So you're teaching us about discipline, but show us how you're getting over your disciplinary problems. Stop teaching me about Jesus because I can't relate to that, but I can relate to your big ass up there dealing with these human things. And you're trying to tell me that Jesus had God and had man. I can't feel that, but I can feel your all man ass. What are you dealing with and how are you getting through it and what prayers are you saying? So, but you don't want to tell me about you because you want to teach from an angle that you perfect. And therefore, that's why your word ain't perfect. And that's why people are not being changed. You might change in their pocket, but you ain't changing their lives. And just because you changed my pocket, even though you ain't got nothing to do with that, don't mean you changed my life. Because when you give me more money and I'm still just as addictive as I've been, I ain't doing nothing but smoking more, drinking more, ordering more porn, doing more things I shouldn't be fucking doing. Because I wasn't ready. Because you didn't know me. And when we get this medicine, you'll see it's the best medicine you can ever get. If you guys are interested in your owners manual, please DM me. We'll get you the information that you need. I appreciate all of the love, all of the concern. If you guys got any other questions, just let us know, man. I love you guys, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Please go tell somebody to go tell somebody about your homie HerbMan. And until next time, love HerbMan. I appreciate all 100,000 likes. I appreciate all 160 or 70 of you guys that was on the live today, man, including the YouTubes. I appreciate all the love, you guys. If you need anything, I'm here for you. Peace, peace. Woosay! Yes, sir! Yeah, you see your head?
Yeah. Yeah,